Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How are you guys? I'm excited to be here. I wanted to talk about, get straight to it. Basically, the topic is, are you hoarding your past? And what I'm talking about hoarding your past is your emotional hoarding. And the reason why I felt inclined in speaking about this topic is because I'm finding that out with my clients that I'm working with. And sometimes I think they do this unconsciously. And the reason why is because our ego is trying to protect you from basically finding your own truth. So when you're on that path at finding your own truth, it stings and it hurts. And there's a lot of tears shed. And there is pain. And but what we have to do is confront it. So that is what I want to talk about today, is how we are actually doing it. And I'm noticing with my clients is I will notice that there's things that they don't want to heal. They're aware, and it'll come out in a conversation that I'm having, but it's not coming out in the actual session because they don't want to face it. And that's okay. But I just want to create awareness on how we do this, okay? So I wanted to give you guys a definition of what is emotional hoarding. It's an individual stricken by an epidemic that's holding them and their joy hostage and robbing them of their fulfillment. So we can stand in our own way of accessing our complete potential. And that's why it's so important for me to share this message with you guys. Okay, so that was a definition that I wanted to share. So there's three things. Hi, Ray, nice to see you. There's three things that I want to talk about this emotional hoarding. So the first one is, what do? We try to avoid the pain. And how do we do that? Actually, we're pretty good at this, just so you know. We try to shield our memories. We try to shield and block the memories that created that pain. And whether that pain came from, physical, verbal, emotional abuse, any traumatic events that we experienced, there's that running away. This is very common, not just with my clients, but you see this in the general public. When people start feeling uncomfortable, they run away from the problem versus facing the problem. And I'll give you an example. My ex-husband was that way. We were having marital problems, but he felt that by not facing them and not dealing with them, that they would somehow disappear and go away. But it just makes it worse. So because there comes the lack of communication, we really didn't fight, but just not facing the issue, it was just making it stronger and stronger. So that is how he dealt with it. Anyway, so we got divorced 13 years later. So that is something that is very natural that people do. And then what happens is all these emotions will engulf your darkness. And so we are allowing this to happen. And maybe sometimes we need this to happen because these three things that I'm talking to you about, I've been through these three things. And even though I was already hi Christina, even though I was already in my healing journey of just healing myself for the last 2 years, all this didn't culminate until like my third year. Oh my goodness, is that right? Ray says Emotional bypassing is her husband's favorite. And that's what I'm saying, that one, it's not just like with my clients, it's like everybody, they don't want to face it because there's more work to do. There is more challenges will come about it when you confront this. And that was my husband. And I think he's still the same way with his new wife. I don't know their life, but I still see him the same way. And even when we have like issues with our kids, he doesn't really like to confront me. It's not that I want to fight you, because I don't come from that space, and that's never been me. It's just I want to fix it. Like, let's make it better and not worse. By not communicating, we're making it worse. So what happens is when we don't face all these things, we engulf our own darkness. And that is our defense mechanism of us not wanting to fix it, but by like a safety net. And so it doesn't allow you to experience the pain that you have to experience. And it's there for a reason. So you don't experience the pain, you don't experience the heartbreak, you don't experience the fear or the rage. And that was my ex-husband. So you need that in order for you to move beyond that. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is you get caught in a spin cycle. So just imagine like the dryer, the clothing dryer, it just spins and spins and spins. Well, we can do the same thing. Again, I want to reiterate, I have gone through all these three things, okay? So that can be in an unconscious act. And like I said in the very beginning, I think a lot of my clients unconsciously do these things. But it can take a devastating toll in your life, which that's what happened to me in 2016. A total meltdown, mental and body, just completely. So, and this happened because we do it by suppressing and repressing all of our thoughts and our pain that we don't want to face. So what happens is our relationships start becoming affected. Our family starts becoming affected. I know that when I was having my breakdown, my parents were very concerned, and I was very vocal with them as to what was happening with me. So, they came in a way where they were concerned about me. And your health, I saw like 10 different doctors last year because of this whole repressing of my own emotions. And I meant being mentally stuck. I was mentally stuck. And just the fact that, chasing the past, because some of us are stuck in the past. So what we'll do is we chase the past and we continually hurt the same core issue, and it'll bring up all those ugly emotions. So we can do that too, where we're chasing the past. So it reactivates. Oh yeah, see, Ray, and from my standpoint of being in this energy field, cancer, any diseases is all coming from emotional trapped issues. And sometimes it happens when something occurred and it got stuck in the body. So yes, I totally agree with how it came out of the blue from a healthy state. And, and that's just an experience that nothing happens to you that we didn't say we didn't want to experience. But my stance and what I do is just, I want to open up people to be aware how we can work on ourselves to just let these things go and not have to go through that route. And maybe we have to go, but my point is, I don't want it to get there. I want to help you release that. So that's very interesting. Ray says, so she left her ex left my job. So I left my ex, left my job and my friends, then imagine that it went away. Wow. I'm so glad you're on here. This is a testimonial to me of how just releasing of everything, you got better. Thank God. Wow, that's so amazing. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. So as long as these things are unresolved, and we will just keep setting these energies to keep cycling and recycling and creating an environment that is misery, depression, victimhood. That was me, 2016. Yeah, and look at me now. Like, you would never, ever think that I went through all this stuff. And victimhood was number one for me. And I had to do a lot of purging that I thought I had, but I hadn't, because I was just repressing all of these things. So that's number 2. Number 3 is we're afraid of change. That's very common. And it's your unwillingness to move forward in life. And it stems from a deeper fear of change. However, your comfort zone is the most dangerous place to be. Why do I say that? Is because you are not allowing yourself to risk and expand yourself. It keeps you in this unconfined and unavailable state that you cannot experience your divine possibilities. You cannot experience the greatness and the goodness that is out there for you. And that is what I'm living, and that is my passion. That is why I do these teachings, is to at least give you some insight, some light, that there is possibilities at everything that you're experiencing. I'm going to drink some water. So Ray says, thank you, 7 years healthy. Wonderful. That's so amazing. So along with this change, it takes great strength for you to break your addiction. And guess what I noticed? I was addicted to this, it's weird. I was addicted to my husband's emotional and verbal abuse. And I say that is because I allowed it. And it's like a part of me in a weird way was allowing and embracing that kind of energy. So I had to face that, and I had to break it. And that is the inner power that I was able to receive from my own soul sessions, was stepping into my own power to be liberated from suppressing all these emotions and then being able to speak. Thank you, Julia. Nice to see you. So it's this addiction that surrounds us, and this pain that we invite. But there's a learning experience in this as well. So I want you to know that. So your readiness to feel everything that there is to feel is the catalyst to clearing. And that's why I say that I always put that out there, that I want to work with the people that are ready. Because when you are in that state of readiness, it's go time. It's let's set your soul on fire. Let's bring out all your talents and let's change the world. Because that's what I'm about. That's what I want to do. And that's what I signed up to do. And I know others have signed up for the same mission. So when you're in that state of readiness, let's do it. Let's go for it. Whatever, your soul mission is, but go after it. And this is by, emotionally uncluttering your life. Then you will have that transformational soul level of increasing your higher self, increasing your awareness, increasing yourself and becoming into your higher self, that you do this transformation. That is the way that we need to go. So it's your willingness also to experience every emotion and let that energy through you. And let the energy be the key to embrace your deepest desires and allowing you to be the greatest blessing to the world. And that is probably why you guys feel my energy so much, because I have gone through all these things and I have seen the deepest of the darkest thoughts. And I know that there is a rainbow out there that has your treasure, that has all your blessings, that has all your fortune, that has all your clients, that has your spiritual business. It's because I'm living it. So I want to close this with a quote. You guys know I'm about quotes. I do a lot of quotes in our group. And the reason for that is it just uplifts my energy. So same with my own Facebook profile. I'm all about quotes. I've always been. So I want to leave you with this. This really touched my heart. And it says, spring showers will come and you will get wet. But instead of running from the rain, face the storm. Open an umbrella and go looking for the rainbows. That really touched me because I want you guys to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I don't get emotional that much anymore. But I guess it's the fact that I want you guys to know that what you're experiencing is temporary. It's not real. It is an illusion that we need to come out and face the reality of us living this wonderful life that's out there for us. And it is the promise that was made to you before coming down here. It's the promise that you signed up for. It's the promise that you came to live. So I hope you guys take away at least one nugget. It is my desire for you guys to continue in your path, to grow in your light, to know that we are here to make a deep impact, not in just your life, but in the generations to come, to leave our legacy, to leave a new earth for the others that are coming, to live the life that we so much desire. But we're going to leave this earth and allow these other people to experience the greatness of abundance, the greatness of prosperity, the greatness of being able to live a life with no illnesses, but to experience heaven on earth. And I wish you guys a great day. I'm glad I shared this topic. And I'm glad that you guys were here. And I really earnestly hope that what I share with you guys affects you in a way that it'll open your eyes to the greatness that you are. I love you guys. Many blessings. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you, Julie. Keep pushing and keep doing what you came here to do. Love and blessings. Thank you. Namaste.